Hey nerds, join us on Discord and hit that subscribe button.
I am Sika, and by the magic of gods and man, we will succeed.
I'm Thessaly.
Oma.
Kellic. Flynn. And I'm your DM, Seth. Welcome to Venture Forth. When last we left our heroes.
Yeah.
Sorry. After a trying combat at the city center, the agents of repair headed toward the temple district of Addersfeld to call upon old acquaintances for aid in dealing with the fallout from a patron's request denied. The group made their way to Dawn Pillar Temple, where Kellic had a reunion with Ka'om Malcolm, the man responsible for his original ousting from the temple, as well as Ka'az Aist, the mother who set him upon his path of following Famir many years ago. After a somewhat tense reunion, Kellic asked for the aid of the temple in dealing with Flynn's connection to Zarel, and after an impassioned plea and the cashing in of favors owed, the two priests agreed. You traveled to the consular chamber of the Dawn Pillar Temple, where Kellic and the priest sought out an artifact of the Church of Famir to amplify the magic of a planar ally spell. And Kellic, leading this ritual, spoke Zarel's name in order to summon him forth to discuss the nature of Flynn's ongoing pact. A tense and fraught negotiation took place, but ended with Flynn renouncing his warlock ties to Zarel and saw the group as a whole enter into a new kind of agreement. One to destroy Vasronath through their direct actions or be forced to serve Zarel in some capacity in the future. So, as Zarel departs, as the magic of her infinite embrace subsides, Kellic, you and the other two priests all suffer a level of exhaustion from having used the device itself as well.
Agents
Yeah.
of exhaustion.
Agents of exhaustion.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
you guys are
Holy.
Hey,
It's a tired group, and it's like 8 a.m.
That's right. Yeah.
We are tired.
you guys
to
know.
go
Busy
home.
morning.
It's a very
Guys.
busy morning.
I totally forgot that.
Yeah, it is literally like 7 in the morning, probably, actually. It's
Wow.
very early.
Just coming.
Yeah, like most people are like eating breakfast, and you guys are.
And we're like,
You've had a full day.
Well, we did a
You fought
lot.
demons,
No.
summoned
Yeah,
a
we've been-
former angel,
Ended a siege.
turned archfey, ended a siege.
We took the morning shift.
Yeah, you guys have been busy.
we woke up at like dawn.
But as the sort of magic fades, Flynn, you are brought back to consciousness by Seeker's magic. Yourself also suffering from a few levels of exhaustion as the price extracted for the severing of, well, partial severing, we'll call it, of your warlock ties. Seeing as an agreement is still technically in effect. But you, your warlock gifts are no longer yours to call upon.
Ooh.
And under Seeker's careful administration, you come back, and we pick back up there as the magic dies down, and Zarel has made his exit. So, what are you guys doing?
Everyone all right?
Yeah, my head hurts.
I'm sorry, Elma. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Flynn, I pat his head because it's still in my mouth.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm all right.
You think we can go home now?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe to the Iron Light.
Well, we have a letter to deliver to the Queen.
And maybe we can go back to the void.
Yeah, but can we just check on my friends first?
Back to
Yeah.
Sunbloom. Yeah, of course.
I want to go back to Sunbloom.
That'd be nice.
Nalfane's there.
Oh, right.
Nothing.
He's got Keeper. He's all right.
Right.
Hope so.
The
How's your? Can I look at his scroll?
Oh yeah, it's there's no
No message.
Ah.
no
My-
message right now.
oh yeah.
Are the other two
Yeah, what are-
clerics or priests are still in the room?
They're still in the room. They are
Oh no.
conversing together, I think very hushed. Probably just kind of both of them look kind of shaken though. And you kind of get the sense that they're
Can I see their lips?
yes,
Whoop.
you can.
Whoop.
They are effectively discussing what Zarel said.
Yeah, I was gonna say before I even knew what they were talking about, seeing their
That would be
faces,
the
I was
guess,
gonna
yeah.
like turn down to Flynn and just like huddle and just like kind of say, I remember what it was like when we first learned that the old gods weren't the oldest gods. It's like old news now, but
What do you look like?
I look like a disaster. I'm like hollowed out.
This.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of nod towards Kellic.
Oh right.
He might.
Well, I know. I just didn't know if I'm
might-
trying to like hush my voice. I'm like, it's still kind of in a pub. I don't know if I want to. All right, hold on. I'll try to be tactful. I don't need your help for this. Never mind. I'm gonna walk over to Kelly.
No.
Okay.
So that's your mother?
Yes, Oh, yeah, I didn't even... Did you want... Should I...
I don't know
I-
because you don't. That was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
I
think-
don't think it's a Salix and I kind of reunion. I didn't get the well. Actually, now that I think about it, but I don't think we've reached the resolution period of that.
No, you could threaten to kill her if you
Oh,
like.
do you want me to?
Just to,
Do you want me
seems
to?
fair.
Do you want me to intimidate her a little bit?
No, that's all right.
Oh.
Also, well, I don't know. You're
Well, I can
pretty
intimidate
intimidating.
anybody.
Yes, yeah, I don't want to doubt it.
I mean, would you like me to introduce? You get to sort of call the shots on this one.
I'd sort of look over.
I'm making my way to them
Okay.
as well while they're talking.
You can say no.
I didn't think I'd even see her again.
Yes, I got that impression that this was not planned or expected.
No, it kind of came to me in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she was here, I needed her help.
Yeah.
I've been telling myself she was dead.
I remember you sort of mentioning something adjacent to that.
I just don't want to, expect anything.
Well, I mean, she did help with this, which I'm not saying that repairs anything, but I think you're allowed to have expectations or requests of her. It doesn't mean you have to put weight to them, but I think that you're allowed to relegate her to something.
Yes, seeing you in Salix. Well, family counts for something.
Does. But I also grew up with a really good family. So my story doesn't have to be everybody else's either.
Barely remember her. I just thought if I could just... I look up at the chamber. I could just carve out a place here. Make something of myself here. Earn the tattoo. She'd...
Kellic, we just spent an entire ritual reminding Flynn that he's already worthy and doesn't have to prove himself to anyone because he's already done it. I don't even want to say thrice over. I can't even count how many times I've seen Flynn prove himself. That applies to every single agent of repair, especially you.
Thanks.
Hey, I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it.
No,
All right,
I've never doubted a word you said.
good. If you want to go talk to her, I can still, stand next to you and look intimidating. And I'll, take his hand.
I squeeze it. I was thinking of just leaving, maybe, wait, get one last sort of... But...
Oh, I don't need you.
Exactly, to hell's with you in this God's damn
You can
place.
kind of-
I don't need...
swirl your
I
robe
don't-
as you exit. It'll be dramatic.
Exactly, yes.
You can do that too.
I'm a perfect representative of the gods without all this pageantry. But honestly, I love the idea of introducing you to her.
Your call.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
All right.
This was probably pretty hard for both of them. Malcolm,
Who's that guy?
Well,
he's obviously...
he taught
here.
me most of what I know.
Oh.
He was amazing up until the point that he threw me out a window.
Oh, should I kill him?
I'd rather you didn't.
All right. That was my innate impulse when you said he threw you out a window.
Yes.
Sorry. It's fine. I shouldn't. That was, wow.
No, I relate.
So sorry.
Yes.
Sometimes I think I can't
Right?
tell what part of me is the oath of vengeance and what was already there. Because I've always been a vindictive person. So let's go meet your mom. I won't
call
stab
it
anyone.
righteousness.
I won't. I won't stab anyone. I promise. Let's meet your mother, please, before I say more silly things.
Speak your mind. And we'll make our way over,
Okay.
hand in hand.
All right.
Parallels.
All right. As you guys
kill
are
someone who's hurting you.
reckless.
Reckless.
You guys have a habit of threatening people in their places of power.
Well,
Layer X.
That's what we do.
I love it.
just came out of me.
It's so
What do
funny.
you want?
Okay, so you two
Peter
make
here.
your way over towards.
But Seeker
the
was
two.
ahead of us. So,
Yeah, Seeker.
Mm-hmm.
And then Flynn, what are you doing, bud?
I think I'm just stupid tired. I think mainly if anyone were to look over, I'm just kind of sitting on the floor while things are getting wrapped up, and I'm assuming the light is kind of dimming from the spell, and everyone's talking. I'm just kind of sitting there, just looking at my arm, and it's tired. Maybe, I don't know, distant, I guess.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, you are definitely tired. I also I have to correct something. I said you have 2 levels of exhaustion, which is not correct. You have, you have exhaustion, but you also have a -2 to saving throws for the next, basically every day. Effectively, you are kind of under the similar effects of being raised from the dead, where you have a -2 penalty to all of your saving throws, attack rolls, all of that stuff, and it only goes away after a long rest. So
-2 penalty to
attacks, saves, basically
all rolls.
you have a -2 penalty to pretty much everything, and disadvantage on all ability checks.
Damn.
Yeah, so I already have disadvantage on ability
Yeah.
checks from the first level.
Yeah.
And then so the second one is the speed halved, and then also I have the -2 penalty. Okay, cool.
You have -2 penalty to save.
I mean,
throws
not
and
cool,
attack
but
rolls.
okay.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah. Getting that stuff ripped out of you was no fun.
Taxing.
Yeah.
Seems
But
normal.
so that is what Flynn is kind of dealing with, sitting there.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah, if anything, I might be just like touching my arm, massaging it, moving it around, seeing if I can notice any, just double checking,
Yeah.
triple checking that there is no black ink.
Yeah.
I guess maybe other than that.
Yeah. As you look
I'm
to
just kind
it,
of sitting.
you look very closely. It doesn't look that same level of dark that it was before. Yeah, hard to say for now. But it looks much closer to what it used to before that moment in the Underdark. Seeker,
I was
you
gonna see if Alma was gonna do anything.
Yeah.
You're
I was still sitting.
you're with
I was,
Flynn, right?
I was sitting with Flynn. So
Cool.
I mean, if he's sat up,
You say you're going to the people?
I am, but I just wanted to see.
but if he had sat up, and then started like getting into his own head, I would have just like stayed there, sitting,
Okay.
just quietly providing
The Ministry of Presence.
the body doubling.
Yeah.
Quiet
Hey.
sibling
Yeah.
support.
Yeah, just
Love a
like
good body double.
quietly.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Presence, man. You just need to sit there.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
that sometimes can be enough.
That's helpful.
Freak.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So all right, you just rest there with Flynn. You see him looking at his tattoos and stuff like that. But as you're sitting there thinking, you almost forgot about it, but the warmth emanating from the pauldron on your shoulder remains.
When I notice that, I'll kind of just put my hand up and touch it and just hold on to it. My hand kind of goes down to the necklaces and clutches those, and I just keep looking at the tattoo.
Seeker, you head over towards the two priests, and they appear to be like, as you come up, you obviously read the words on their lips. It appears that Malcolm is basically speaking to Ka'az Aist and is saying, we have to, of course I don't believe it, but it is at the very least telling that he would say something like that, and they all appear to react as if it was truth. And she is just, she says, absolutely no way. The only things we know about him are that he is the Prince of Shadows and is filled with lies. He said that merely to distract us, to try to, like she's basically trying to argue that there's no way that what he said was true. And that's kind of the moment that you arrive on, but they both as they see you coming, they both stop their conversation and turn, kind of open up to you.
While it is true, the shadows are not to be trusted. What he said is absolutely true.
How could you possibly know?
I spoke with an angel of Laris named Dallas, and he told me very clearly that it was true, and that our old gods, mine and yours, are true.
How can you be certain of this angel's intentions? Zarel himself was once an angel. Why?
Would you question an angel of Thamir?
I questioned that one that just left.
Is it still an angel of Thamir?
No.
It is something else, no? I don't question what I met.
Well, that's perhaps for you and all well and good, but I will continue to question, because for my entire life I have known one thing for certain, that is that Famir is eternal. And I'll not be persuaded by one thing's argument as to the contrary.
I am another thing. And it was true. Speaking of things you know, that man, and I will nod over towards Kellet, your son, is the best man that I know. He has saved countless lives, including mine. And you should know this. He deserves nothing less than your utter respect.
My respect he has.
That's all I needed to say. Now turn.
As you turn away, that's the two of you walk up. We are, this is Kyle and Malcolm. We are troubled. We're troubled by what we've heard here today.
I sort of look over to Seeker as he's leaving and gathered some of that on the way over. It's true. And anticipating their reaction. Someone loathsome said to me not too long ago. I know you can feel it. The diminishing of her light. It's still powerful. And I think, the light itself is infinite. But Famir is not. She's good. She's taught me much. And I admire her. Appreciate her. Follow her. But this is our world. It's up to us to save it. We can do that in Famir's name. But not if we deny what's happening to her. Not if we ignore the truth in the name of some sacred perfection. I came over because I wanted to introduce you to my girlfriend.
Hi.
This is Thessaly.
What a break.
Whoa.
What a turn.
God, how does he?
Emotional whiplash.
Speaking of angels.
How?
Hi.
Hey.
It me.
Oh man.
Hi, Seth.
Wow, you guys are really stretching my abilities today.
Sorry, man.
It's all right. I was like, how the fuck does she do it?
We love you.
We love you so.
Is it a-
DM having a meltdown.
Is it apparent for us to know that you're an Aasimar? Is that like a thing? Like, would that be something that she
You
would pick
guys
up
know
on?
we've had that discussion because, like, after the lighthouse, yeah.
Right.
Would that, is that
Everyone
something that
knows.
you would pick
Well,
up on?
and with
Whatever.
ire glue.
And does that like, yeah, does that like,
Ire
Gloom, I kind of kept that
Ire Gloom,
to
that was kind
myself,
of
though.
one
That was
Yeah.
we
more of
talked
a-
about how, like, yeah, I think it came up when we talked about your papers and.
Yeah.
So you were the only one like you.
that I have only met.
Yeah.
I am my only experience with someone like me until Ire Gloom.
Until
I didn't
Ire Gloom,
share.
yeah.
I only shared
Yeah.
the Ire Gloom thing with Seeker though so
Right.
far.
I guess what I'm
Yeah.
curious about is like, is that something that people can pick up on if you don't tell us?
Oh,
And is
I
that-
mean,
is
like
that something that
it depends. Like the temple where I grew up knew.
Yeah.
But
And I don't know if that would influence like,
Yeah.
I
What a cleric
don't
would- a
know
priest would
if
s-
clerics
Right.
are more into. I don't know.
Right. That's also what I'm kind of.
Maybe Mom would be-
Because I do have
debating,
some
right.
physical
I'm trying to
features that like set
Well,
me
yeah,
apart
and also these are
from-
two like well-studied high priests
That's
Yeah.
also
of,
true,
of
yeah.
the Temple of
These
Famir.
are
So like,
these are like
if any,
really
like
high up.
I would say like maybe the
That's a good
acolytes
question,
wouldn't
though. I
know the
didn't-
signs, but that is a really good question. Oh man, but also like I do think that Aasimar are relatively rare in this world.
Mm.
Sure.
think that's-
And so especially now because of the last 30 years or so.
Yeah.
I
I also will say, I don't know if this helps, but probably subconsciously the entire time that you were like building up to introduce your mom, or meet your mom, I would have been staring daggers at Malcolm because because that's new information. I mean, I knew someone did it. I didn't know
Right.
it was this person.
Right. Okay.
So it might not even be conscious, but I'm just like,
There. Okay.
but yeah.
So you
sorry.
walked up, you
Yep.
dropped that bomb
We dropped
on her,
that,
and then
yep.
you're like, also, this is my girlfriend. Malcolm doesn't say anything. He's looks like contemplative. Like after what you said.
Mm.
Your mother, like there is a stubborn, just almost refusal
Yeah.
to believe fully what you've said. But she maybe is coming around to at least entertaining the premise
Right.
of what you're saying. The diminishing of her light, and a lot of what you said, I do think probably spoke to some things, some doubts that she's had. But she looks at you, and I should very much like to continue this conversation and to know exactly whom it is that you heard such a thing from.
We can talk about that.
But it is a pleasure to meet you.
Same. I wish the circumstances were probably a little different, but I'm glad to meet a member of Kellick's family.
I sort of look at her like with a question.
It's a pleasure to meet you. How did you two meet?
Oh,
A mutual friend?
so I knew Seeker, saved his life, and then,
Almost immediately.
and then, well, you know, I think the first memory that stands out is the sheep demon incident. We don't have to talk about that though.
I fainted. And,
He fainted, and
and Tess revived me, and well, I mean, look at her.
hi.
And let me see. She kind of looks you over. Okay. Yeah, like kind of like really looks at you, looks at your features. You see, she kind of her eyes roam over the plate mail, note the swords. And are you? And she looks at the bandage on your arm.
That's no concern of yours, Mother.
Well, I don't understand the question. She can ask me a question. That's fine.
I'm just curious as to.
Who you worship.
Oh, so weird thing. Fenrir recently named me her champion. That's what
I give a little pride look, like a little look of
I like gesture to
pride.
the swords.
That's rather impressive.
We don't fuck around.
Tess is the bravest person I know.
That's really sweet. It's not true. I mean, I am brave, but I'm not the brave. We're all brave.
We are,
Would
but
appear so. May I? A moment, if I could. And just turns to you and like, kind of gestures to step aside a little bit.
All right.
I sort of like linger holding Tess's hand.
I like squeeze as an indication if you are okay to let go of my hand. You know what I mean? I squeeze in Askin.
Yeah. I squeeze back and let go. And
Of course.
just a moment, I guess.
Hmm?
Thanks.
It's okay, Flynn. You're brave too.
True.
Kind of walks away like a little bit over, kind of off to the side, several paces away. And just sort of turns to you. I'm not precisely sure how to navigate this situation. What is it you wish of me, Kellick?
I don't know. All this time, I just wanted you to be proud of me, or to love me. But I don't think you have that in you. You'd have never gone. So, all I really want from you, pretty
simple. Just be my mother. And don't deny my name. That's all.
When you were born, my duty has always lied here, in this place, to her. And I knew that if I remained, I could not give myself fully to the path that she had set for me. And I don't expect you to understand. And
Father spoke of you every day. Always with kindness. Told me stories. I didn't realize how angry I was until just a moment ago. I can't change you. Don't know that I want to ask you to change. But I would ask you to think on this, especially as you consider what you just heard from one who was once an angel of Famir. Gods don't make us do shite. We do it ourselves. We choose. And I sort of hold up my hand. We choose what it means to follow them. We even choose often what to do with the gifts they give us. So I just ask you to ponder. Because you're gonna live. Well, you're probably going to outlive me. So you have some time. Just think on what it really was. Because it wasn't Famir.
Kellic, I can't make any promises, but perhaps we can find a path forward.
Well, you helped me save my friend. And you've met the love of my life. Those are things mothers do.
Well, and we've excluded her from this, so perhaps
All right.
she seems good for you.
You have no idea.
And she turns and walks back over to Thessaly and thank you. It is a pleasure to meet you, Thessaly. Kellic speaks very highly of you.
The best person I know.
It would seem you have that compliment for one another.
I think that's a good thing. I hope that this isn't the last time I see you. It'd be nice to see you again.
Well, I imagine I'll be here in Addersfeld for some time, aiding in whatever way I can with the rebuild. and most of the followers of Famir who I was able to bring over from Kaldur, well, let's just say the number of converts had dwindled dramatically. So,
Oh, you had people upstairs that needed healing, right?
indeed, we did. Perhaps. And
I can help.
I'm sure your help would not go without gratitude, leastwise not from me. And she kind of attempts a very, very like, she's a very severe woman.
Right. She
So
tries to like
yeah,
smile.
just like a
Just like the, like-
tight-lipped kind of smile. And just like almost goes to lift a hand to like put it on your arm, but stops herself after reaching up a little bit, and then perhaps we should return, and then kind of just opens her arm up that way. Whatever bedside manner that this woman likely has, that she's quite adept at, has seemed to gone completely out of the window. As she is put into the situation that she
Sure.
is just
Completely out of her
doing
depth.
her best
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
But there is an attempt to
Right.
try
Yeah.
something. But well, turns and gestures, and then walks over to Flynn, and sort of like gracefully, just doesn't like bend down or anything, but just kind of like leans forward. And you seem to have been through quite an ordeal. Are you quite all right, Flynn?
As alright as I can be. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you've been hearing that a lot from everyone upstairs, but still have to say it.
It is our duty. And then Malcolm kind of has, like in the background, been like putting away, like pushing this artifact of
By
fear
himself,
back
like,
into,
taking it back, like-
back into
He's
the
like,
room.
I'll do it, I guess.
And
When she finished, when Flynn says that, I'll just kind of, I forgot one thing. Here, and a vial of ink.
Oh,
In case you're not able to reach us by other means, this will do.
I have other means, but never hurts to
It's what I do.
have a spare.
he checks it diligently, so
Yep.
we'll be sure to,
Yes.
we'll be sure to
Right.
see it immediately once you send it. Does she catch the sarcasm? in that at
A
all?
little
Like,
bit, yeah, but doesn't know enough to comment
Right.
on it. But like, yeah, like picks it up. I would assume nothing less. So
Naturally.
perhaps we should return. There are others now who need us now that
Yes.
you
Mhm.
whatever it was that and like her face grows a little distant as she kind of ponders everything that happened in this
Yeah.
room a minute ago.
Yeah.
And oh man,
Mm.
a lot of
Wow.
conflicting
Yep.
things going on.
And
Yep. Yep.
We always seem to give people a lot of
A
information
lot to think about. Very
all at
fast.
once
Yeah.
and in a very short span of time.
An hour ago,
only way
this
to
woman
give
was just healing
information.
people upstairs.
the only way.
I feel like, yeah, this was
So-
just-
So if people start like walking out of the room, I'll turn to Flynn. You think you're ready to go?
Yeah, we can't stay here forever.
Yeah, I'll help. And I like pop up and I put my hand out for him.
I reach my hand up and thanks, Alma.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'll like help him walk out, even though I have to walk so slow. I am already faster than most people my size.
And I have like
Yeah,
legs
he's-
super
he's
tired.
So I'm just
Yeah.
like walking. I'm like helping him
Oh,
walk.
just
Yeah, yeah.
comically dragging her heel.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You guys leave the constellatory chamber behind. and head back out into the sort of maelstrom of the of Dawn Pillar Temple, as more people probably are here now than were before. Acolytes are running around everywhere, doing the best they can to administer to the people who need it. And as you get up there, Malcolm and your mother kind of turn, like, now that they're up there, and perhaps when things have settled down a little more, you can return and we can talk some more. I do, putting aside everything that we heard down there for the moment, seems to be the best course of action. There are more immediate problems that require our attention. But
You have no trouble putting things aside, so.
we are needed, but please, return when you can. I should like to speak with you more.
All right.
Yes, do you want the help for a minute?
Yes, I can. So I still have plenty of healing capabilities. Didn't use any of that today. So if you point me to the people in the most need, I can disperse as necessary.
And if you have any that are on the brink of, I can help stabilize them.
Yes, I'm happy to help as well.
All right.
I have no help at all. And neither does this guy.
You could tell
Only your
them.
moral support.
You could tell them stories or ask them questions to make them question everything about their life.
Yes, or climb on things. Do entertainment.
Sure. I don't think that's helpful right now.
All right.
Maybe I'll take Flynn back to the Iron Light.
Go ahead and get a
want
head
to get
start.
the head?
Use a little.
I think he could use a
Where's
rest.
from where?
Mhm.
Hey.
Do you think you'd be helpful around here, or do you want me to take you back?
I mean, I can't heal, so I have a potion. You guys want it?
We'll hold on to that, Flynn. We might
Right.
need it later.
Yeah, we can go.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just gonna say, well done.
Yeah.
Good job, Flynn.
See you at the Iron Light, guys.
See you.
And as I'm walking out, I'm like chattering off Flynn's ear. So I'll keep up all the conversation on my end. And as you'll hear as we're walking, I'm like, man, I know the prophecy said that the shadows would lead astray, but they didn't say he would be an asshole too.
Making a mental note to talk to Oma about language later.
Language.
I don't interrupt her at all on the way home
Yeah.
or on the way back.
Awesome. All right. As the two of you leave and make your way towards the Iron Light, the three of you kind of begin the process of like running around and helping here. There are a lot of people in need. But I'll say like after probably like 30, 45 minutes or so between all of you and everybody else, all the clerics here, most of everybody here is stabilized and or just not at death's door anymore. It's kind of a big collective effort of a bunch of different people running around. It's kind of chaotic. But over the course of the next 45 minutes or so, you guys, between the three of you, are able to help save quite a few lives. And just kind of like roll up your sleeves and get to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is, as the two of you move through the city, you see, again, a city that is barely on starting the process of recovery. I mean, fires are still being fought. There are still like occasional brief clashes of soldiers that you can kind of hear off in the distance that are quelled relatively quickly, but it is still a scene of chaos. At this point, though, you, from your current vantage point, actually wouldn't. You see like soldiers bearing like that look fresh, that are helping with a lot of those efforts, that are sectioning off quarters of the city, making
new
sure
soldiers-
the reinforcements
the
arrive.
Have arrived.
Yeah, they arrived.
great.
Amazing.
A few, basically, few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're
Bring
walking,
head on a pie.
and since we're
Wait,
walking
wait,
like
she got away.
15
Yeah.
feet
Yeah.
every 6 seconds.
Yeah, we're
Walking
going
Since we're going
slow.
so slow, I will as I am in range of things, I will just control flames and
Nice.
kind of
Cool.
put out some flames. Not I won't stop to do any one,
Yeah.
but we're walking so slowly that
Yeah.
I think I
Waving your hand.
I think I kind of have some time to
Yeah, for sure.
as long as they're non-magical flames.
Yeah, and none of them are anymore.
Yeah.
Perhaps started by most of what the wyverns were dropping were flasks of alchemist's fire that burn very hot and intense to
And
start
then-
things and then let the rest take over. And that was a big part of why what the Iron Light did was so important, because they destroyed where they were making a lot of that stuff too.
Nice.
But yeah, as you move through the city and you're just chattering away and you're able to lift your hands up and just people just are what the fuck? As you guys walk through, just these two, a child and a halfling who are kind of limping through the city,
Yeah.
just waving your hands, helping things out.
And noticing that.
What an image. Amazing.
I kind of just after a moment of, just kind of being off to myself, I kind of notice almost start to put out fires. When did you start doing that again?
Oh, I could always do this one. Is the water that I couldn't do? But I can always control fire.
Oh. How did you get it back?
The water?
Yeah.
Well, Grim told me I had to meditate, and so I was meditating, and it just kind of came back. So maybe there's a chance. Our magic is so different, but maybe there's a way for you to get some of your magic back.
I think I know what I need to do.
Back to the books.
Eventually.
Well, make sure you sleep.
Yeah.
But hey, you can always learn more.
I'm gonna have to.
It's out there. Not for me, but for you.
Meditation, huh?
That's what I did.
It probably couldn't hurt.
It's really hard though, cause you have to shut your brain off, and that's really hard, cause you just think and think and think, and then you have to be don't think at all, keep it. If you think of a thought, but then there's also if you think of a thought, they're well, let it go, release it. But you're but what if I want to think about it? And
Right.
so it's just a big cycle.
It would be nice to turn my brain off for a bit, though.
That's true. Maybe sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. How close are we? And I'll look up to see our distance from.
You guys have made it
Just outside the temple.
Yeah, it's gonna take you guys 30, 40 minutes to make it over there. But you're out. You're officially out of the temple district and just kind of slowly plodding along.
Yeah. I don't know. The monastery taught us how to meditate, so if you ever want to practice, I could also use the practice.
Yeah. And our magics are different, but if you ever have questions, maybe there's something in all the books I have that'll help.
Maybe. Everything is always all the time different. And I pull out one of my forks. These things, this is the first time I ever done that before. So
Yeah.
I actually wasn't expecting this to happen. I was just maybe something can help us, and then all of a sudden these came to life. So it was really weird.
I'm still grasping that.
Yeah, maybe it's just the forks and the scissors, or maybe it's everything. I don't know.
I don't know. You're crazy.
Yeah.
Seems like a good place. You're crazy. As we we pull away for a brief moment to go visit the three of you. as the you guys continue your walk, of course, and eventually to arrive at the Ironlight Castle at about the same time that you guys all finish up, kind of dealing with the immediate threats that you can here.
Right.
The things kind of calm down a little bit. The general din of the inside of this space does diminish, and your mother kind of reconvenes the three of you guys together, kind of here in the center of the pillar, and thank you very much for your help. This was we're stretched to about our capabilities, so having a few extra able hands was very helpful.
I haven't seen it this busy in years.
It's a shame that this is what it's taken to do it.
Well, Temple knows it. Hasn't been kind to the city.
That much is true.
Thank you both.
Of course.
Think
Well,
nothing of it.
Head back to the Ironlight, I suppose.
Yes, I'm hoping that Flynn and Olma made it okay. I don't know how fast Flynn can move right now, but they should be fine, right? They should be
most of
fine.
the chaos has calmed.
True.
Down to licking our wounds at this point.
And maybe a big nap.
That sounds really good.
Mm.
Because it's still quite early in the morning, isn't it? Isn't it?
It's 2.5 hours past dawn.
Well, next time we see you, he'll have to tell you about the day we had, because it was before this. If you thought that this was a lot, multiply it by 5.
It's been a morning.
It's been a morning.
It has been a morning.
So you'll excuse us if we, I think we can take our leave.
Yes, yeah.
Ken,
I'll be in touch.
please, do. It was nice to have met you both. You can call me Viola.
All right.
I'll nod and just kind of move away.
I just I have a look of surprise.
Mm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's cool. And I just unceremoniously just peel away and
Over your shoulder. May the light reflect from your eyes.
Oh.
I stop. And yours, as the moon unto the dawn. Bow my head and turn.
She nods. Hands clasped in front of her. And you leave. Okay. Make your way back to Ironlight Castle.
I would, if are we already there?
Oh yeah, you guys are.
You guys, yeah.
Do you,
because
want,
I think-
do you want to do stuff while you're walking?
Nah.
No.
I'm good.
Us?
Yeah.
No, we're fine.
Because I wanted to find Uncle Jor when I got to the
Okay,
Ironlight
cool.
Castle. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted to talk anymore.
Oh no, I would that would have been it. I think I would have
Yeah.
just let you continue to put the fires out
Yeah.
and chat.
Mhm.
I think on this long walk that we have, I almost kind of get lost, and it kind of helps distract me from my thoughts. Just having you just constantly
Just,
talking about
chatter.
the most random things. It's like,
And then I was talking to Birdie about the ghost. Oh.
did you say that squirrel? This, that, oh, look at that fire. Yeah. All of it. I just kind of get lost in it, and it helps.
Just stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and when
That's
we
so
get to
perfect.
the Ironlight, I'm assuming that you would want to go and find your people.
Yeah, I'll probably go once we arrive. I'll give a wave to the guards, and I'll go look for my class and look for
Yeah.
Victor, and just to check up on Zorkol and everyone and
Yeah.
see how they're doing, because they were all injured. So I'll check
They
up
were
on
all
all of them.
they were all injured. As you come into this this space, at this point now, with how long it took you guys to move across the city, there are the mood here is a little livelier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There are like you can hear like cheering. There are actually like people who have like probably like ales and things like that, like cups.
nice.
Like
Okay,
people
cool.
are like there is a brief moment of like we fucking made it. You know what I mean? As some of the remaining soldiers and members of the Iron Light Collective, like there's kind of they're not celebrating necessarily, but there is like a quiet. There is a quiet celebration, I suppose, of just the fact that the retreat was sounded and a brief moment of respite before, again, like some of these troops get probably deployed out to the city to continue to help.
I think noting this and feeling this other warmth in the air, I think for the first time since our events this morning, I crack a hearty smile and kind of my straighten up for the first time in a minute before slouching back down, realizing that I'm still tired. But yeah, pretty quickly. It doesn't take you long. Eventually, you do find they're actually just kind of like sitting in the courtyard in the middle of Ironlight, where like the normal training grounds are, and they're all sitting at the benches that are sort of around that dirt pit and the sand pit that's kind of sits there in the middle. Yeah.
And they're just like lounging, just exhausted because they also like all of them are pretty heavily injured and not much good. Outside of this space right now, but you find Victor, you see Zorkal, Galen, Pierre, and Evelyn.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Evelyn.
thank you.
They're all
A lot of names.
together.
They're
No, you're
all
good.
they're all basically together.
Okay. Do they seem like they're enjoying the festivities too? or-
Yeah, they're all like they've all got a mug or something like that, and they're just like enjoying that brief respite. But as you come in, they all smile and they stand up and they come over to you and like they all kind of gather
Yeah, of
around
course.
you,
I'll
and
give
pat you
everyone
on
a-
the back, and
Yeah.
Victor kind of like looks you up and down, and he goes, "You look a whole hell of a lot worse than when you left."
Yeah, it's kind of how things go normally.
I mean, it's 9 a.m. You look like shit.
Yeah. I mean,
What happened?
a lot. All
right.
Have an ale.
And Victor like walks over to a little pony keg that's over there,
Nice.
like a little thing, a little keg, and grabs like just a very nondescript wooden mug, fills it up, and gives it to you.
Hearty sip.
Yeah.
Hearty chug. Tell me something to take my mind off things. How are things here? It seems like everyone is doing all right. Everyone survived the retreat.
We don't know what happened. I mean, Iron the retreat, the sound came off.
Yeah,
Geez, almost 2 hours ago now, and reinforcements arrived shortly thereafter. I mean, seems like the breach has been pretty much, not sealed, but a lot of this reinforcements were deployed to defend that breach in the walls. And from what we hear, it's just trying to pick up the pieces right now. Iron is moving out. There was we almost sent a harrying force after them, but I think everybody's just grateful.
Yeah.
It's all over. So, I was on Car's call. But that's pretty much it. It's we lived.
Yeah.
And that's something.
Another day, huh?
Till we don't.
Cheers.
And he just
I walk over to the group and kind of just sit down and kind of catch up.
yeah.
I'll just kind of reminisce.
Yeah, I mean, like Zorkal's like, so seriously, like, what happened? You look terrible.
We convinced Argloom to leave. We shut a rift. I got rid of changed a contract. It's been a good morning. Well, busy morning.
And they he doesn't believe it. He's like laughing, like, oh,
Yeah.
funny joke, and then you like don't, and then he's like, oh,
Yeah. But I mean,
and then turns to you because you're
I
the only
wanted
other
to go
member.
see
Oh yeah,
Uncard
Yeah.
you found Uncard, so you're not even there.
No, sorry.
After he gives a serious look, I'll kind of just. But yeah, to be fair, you won the race, technically, I guess. So you made it back here first.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah. So
what was the bet again?
I don't really remember,
Me neither.
but you won it. So if that makes you feel better,
How about you owe me a nail?
deal.
And just like cheers. And he starts asking you like all the details of
I'll
this
start filling
morning,
them in.
like what happened,
Yeah.
what do you mean you convinced Dire Gloom to retreat? Like how did that all happen?
If I can, I'll kind of stick to that and the rift, and I'll, if questions are asked about the contract, I'll kind of glaze over those and try and change the subject.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean if they ask like what do you mean you changed it, they kind of ask you
Yeah,
the
I'll
question.
Where are we going? What do we do now? What do we do here? There's so much to.
I don't know. Feels like everything is different now. But we'll figure it out. Everybody's here, so don't know.
I wish I could help rebuild this place, but I don't know how much longer I can stay. Again, I have to leave, do something else. All I really want to do is go hunt monsters with you guys, but it seems like that's gonna have to sit on the back burner for a little bit longer.
Flynn, you are hunting monsters.
I know, but
Very big ones.
True.
So true.
yeah,
Biggest.
sometimes I miss hunting the smaller ones.
It's simpler. But this is the job.
Yeah. Man, I'm tired.
You look it, and he just like reaches out, and he's also
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah,
like,
dude,
he's
just
also
back
you
away.
guys are both like exhausted.
Man just
But-
died.
Yeah, that man, he died.
Yeah.
this
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
So
Freddy
he,
died.
he was dead 4 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the two of you just
What a-
kind
What a
of
day.
reminisce a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
And the questions about the contract are glazed over, but and pretty quickly the banter and just like the teasing and but now I think it's less at you and more with you.
Mm-hmm.
As the other sentinels after telling the stories and things like that kind of have an appreciation for the things that you've gone through already today.
Yeah.
As they listen to you recount the story and give you the usual shit, like no way, like,
I
and just like, yeah. Over the course of the next, however long you're there, that warmth across your shoulder, it kind of keeps spinning into the forefront of your mind, and your legacy sentinel's pauldron
What?
completes its attunement.
What?
Around my crew, my classmates. That's so
Around your
cool.
buddies.
She's
Hell
so
yeah.
cute.
What a cute attunement.
So-
Cute too, man.
Yeah, a cute. No.
Nope.
Nope.
A cute angle.
Fuck it.
As you kind of feel suddenly some of the
Yeah.
properties of this
Oh.
item.
Properties, you say?
Demonic property.
No. We're
Uh,
done with that.
You lose some things and you gain others.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A closely guarded secret of the senior members of the Iron Light, the Legacy Sentinel's pauldron is one of a handful of pauldrons enchanted and gifted to the original founding members
Excuse
of the
me.
Iron Light Collective by the
Holy
Gith, who taught them the art of spell.
Yep.
Given
Hell
only to
yeah.
Given only to a handful of sentinels who show extraordinary promise, a Legacy Sentinel's pauldron will only tune to a sentinel who has proven their devotion to the principles of the collective. While many attain the rank of sentinel, a Legacy pauldron is reserved for the elite members and only awakens for those who demonstrate their adherence to the core guiding principle of the collective,
Oh,
protecting
that's so
innocence from the predation of the monsters of Elbor.
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, good job,
Get 'em.
Flynn.
While wearing and attuned to this item, the wearer has a +1 bonus to armor class, spell save DC, and spell attack rolls.
Nice.
Hey, you got a +1 back.
So strong.
And in addition, your weapon becomes an automatic +2 weapon,
Yeah.
Okay.
and damage die increments by 1 step.
Okay.
So your D6 now becomes a D8.
No way.
Whoa.
That's fucking
That's
disgusting.
dope.
That's
so
cool.
good.
That's cool.
It also
good.
has 10 charges and does some spells.
What?
Huh?
Mhm.
You lose some things and you gain other.
I do.
Mhm. And
That's sick.
That's so fucking
yeah,
cool.
it has a couple of spells
Okay.
in it and some charges.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'll send those to you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh.
rad.
Um,
That's so rad.
Noise.
It's got a bunch of shit. So,
Ah, it's got a bunch of
Sentinel's Insight. As a bonus action, you can examine a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you, and you immediately gain insight into one of the following of your choice. The creature's damage resistances and immunities, one of the target's saving throw proficiencies,
Nice.
any two of the target's ability scores, or the creature's armor class. You get one of that list.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So cool.
That's fun.
Last,
Fun.
that's
That's
yeah,
awesome.
basically
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the flavor of the monster
course.
hunting
Yeah.
class.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Monster
then,
studies.
the final piece, Sentinel's Last Stand. Whenever you're reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can make an immediate use of your second wind feature. If your second
Oh.
wind feature is unavailable, you regain a single use. So you,
What?
if you get knocked down, you can use your second wind as basically as a reaction
Right
right,
there.
away.
Oh,
Right.
Even if you've already
It's like
Is
a,
that
it's like a
zero?
death
It's
ward.
back
kind
So
of
if
like,
you're down
Badass.
and I don't have it,
Yeah.
I get it back and can
You
use it.
you can use it immediately, yeah.
Yo,
So, but then
you're
and then
hard
you
to
can
knock
only
out.
use
A third
but
win?
that only works
Once a day.
once a day.
Once a day.
Once
Okay.
a day, so it only happens once.
Pretty good.
That's insane.
But
Not too
That's
shabby.
really great.
That's so
I
cool.
will send that
Yeah.
to you later.
Go, no.
Hell yeah.
Elite.
But
Elite, no.
You're
Elite, no.
special.
yeah, Lynn worked
Session.
really hard.
No.
When you
Um,
are legendary.
All right. So that attunes. I will send you everything, all of that stuff.
So I just
And
feel like that warmth kind of,
A lot of warmth.
just like goes over your body.
I just
hot.
feel that
It's hot.
connection to it, and like,
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it's okay, cool.
That's Flynn.
Lose a little, gain a little.
Yeah.
All right. So, Carjour.
Mhm.
Yeah, here we
All
go.
right. So, as you walk into the space where he has been this entire time, like you've never seen this man anywhere else
Yeah.
except for in this big empty room, he is still sitting there, still his hands are spread out, and he's looking at the maps.
Mhm.
And he is basically like discussing troop deployments, where to deploy
Mhm.
the reserves that he has. And like you kind of hear the tail end of a conversation, like, let him have this one, but within the hour we need to send them out. And he's basically like telling someone
Got
like,
it. Like let them party.
let
for a
them
little
have an hour and a beer, and then we have to start fixing the rest. We have to go.
bit. Totally.
And there's a bunch of new tokens on the map that he has where that basically are representing the reinforcements that have arrived from Hammerhold. But he's just hunched over the table and looks up as you come in. The bags under his eyes are still there, but looks up at you, and then for the first time, you do see like the crack of a little smile as he looks up and Miss Marsk.
I come in and I pat my hand. I say, "Well, looks like we're just about wrapped up here. We got Iron Gloom to sound the retreat, and everything's totally fine."
Just like that.
He literally, that's what he does. He just reaches
drinks
over,
that,
he
yeah.
takes a drink,
Takes a
and he
drink.
just needs a moment. In all my years. That is fantastic news.
Yeah, totally. You're welcome.
Once again, I would love to hear a detailed report of these events. While I appreciate your candor and brevity, I feel there is stones left unturned that could perhaps grant me some insight into how in the hells you've managed everything you've managed.
Well, we have a really great team.
That much appears obvious.
And I don't know, sometimes when when you're like a smaller group, you can get more accomplished. You know, like you got a lot of people to maneuver around, and we get to flex more randomly and kind of. I don't know. The queen just kind of like told us we could do whatever we wanted as long as it got her mission across. So kind of like we just like made it work.
Not wrong.
I appreciate your ingenuity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when like I don't know. It helps when like a portal to the hells opens up, and then like you're kind of saving Iragloom's life. So like you kill all the demons that are coming out to eat her, and then she owes you one. You know. So like next time you're in a big war, I don't know. Like maybe that'll happen.
Okay.
Anything could happen.
You know? Maybe.
Yeah, or like just like I don't know.
And he just like he can't. He shakes his head. He looks down at the maps, looks back up at you, looks back down at the maps, takes another drink. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of your help.
You're welcome. Good luck here. And if you ever need help, just like call us.
And he pulls out the vial of ink that he has, lifts it up. I have this, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, like 2 days ago, we're killing Captain Vossen and the whole gang, and then today we're getting the Siege of Addersfield wrapped up.
I think this is the first time he actually heard
Yeah.
you say that. And his eyebrows climb into his skull. I just
This is just like a 12-year-old thing.
I know. I was like, how is this grown-ass man just bamboozled?
I'm gonna be sure to give him
Bye.
a full military debrief before we leave.
he's gonna.
Don't worry.
Yeah, he
You were-
knows now that it's useless to try to he's
Yeah,
like,
I
she's gonna
will-
tell me the bullet points, and then he needs more information. But
That's very
he goes, I will miss these little chats. He does not sound like he will miss these little chats.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I have a lot
But
of
he
insight to
does.
share. I have a lot to share. So, but I can always chat. You can always reach me.
That's wonderful to hear. Is there anything, I suppose anything I can do for you?
No. I don't think so. We gotta go talk to the queen. So, I don't think so. Is there anything you would like me to relay to the queen? You can take all the credit for this if you want.
I don't still have the rank of captain because I take the credit. My men did this. But I appreciate your offer. I also have very little patience for the politics of the throne.
That's fair.
But, should you have need, I think I owe you one.
Yeah, actually, I know that Iragloom left. If you could not kill them for a little bit of time and let them get away, because technically they're gonna try to see just between you and me. They're gonna maybe see if there's some whatnots on their end.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
They're not
What does it even mean?
They're not helping us for
brain's
Ondale.
gonna
They're
explode.
helping us as a third party. So maybe don't kill them right away.
Understood. Yep.
He goes, yep.
Yep.
You've broken everything he knows about anything.
Okay. Talk later. Good luck with everything in your map.
Goodbye, Miss Marsk. I will see you again, I'm sure.
Goodbye.
He just watches you leave and takes like a full 15 seconds of just
Yeah.
returning and like sending out orders and managing the retreat and the aftermath of all of this. After your conversation and your conversation, you do see that, you know, as you kind of see the soldiers start to mobilize to leave the Iron Light, and
It's around like lunchtime. Or we're drinking.
it's like 10 a.m.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like at this time, it's like
We're so
You're
cool.
gonna
Yeah.
pass out.
Oh, I'm
You're
100% gonna
by
be
the
about
time
to pass out.
by the time the rest of the AOR arrive from the temple, it's probably 9:30, 10 a.m.
Okay.
And at that point, as you guys arrive, you see that the Iron Light Sentinels are, you know, kind of just like there's lots of people that are wandering around. But the soldiers of Ondale in Ondalian regalia are preparing to mobilize and leave the stronghold here, and deploy to the city to assist with the rebuilding efforts and the quelling any potential last bits of whatever that are happening. So you guys arrive to kind of see a bunch of these people preparing to move out and things like that. By the time you guys arrive, actually, Ankar Jor has he's up on a horse and is preparing to move out with his soldiers.
Goddamn.
He is he's not on his horse, but he's preparing to leave. And he walks over to your group. You guys, everybody kind of stands up as he walks over, and he just addresses all of you and says, "To be honest, I had not heard much about your order before arriving here today." "Oh, what day is it?" "It will not go unremarked what you've all done. For me, for my men, and for Ondale."
Thank you. Glad we could fight alongside. I mean, usually we fight monsters, but it's become more and more apparent over this long, tiresome journey that I've had so far. They're not as easily discernible.
There's a monster in everyone, I think. And something decent. It's about which side you let win.
Captain,
Yes?
while your gratitude is appreciated, you were key in this. You are the kind of captain I would have hoped for my brother when he served on the front lines.
Thank
And
you.
I give him a salute.
He returns it. Thank you. And you see, actually, as the men behind him, all the people who are arrayed, stand up straighter, and they all look to him. These men fucking love this man. He has not attained. He is a fucking seasoned combat veteran, but has never risen above this rank because he does not have a
He doesn't
tolerance
want
for the politics of the crown and the military, and he's a fucking damn good captain. And that you guys have noticed that. These men worship this man.
Yeah.
And he takes that with a smile, and he says, "I'm lucky to lead these men. They're a brave bunch." And then he kind of turns over his shoulder. "Prepare to move out." And they all snap. And he returns your salute. "Thank you all for everything you've done."
I'll do a best of a salute I can.
Awesome. And now, at this point, you look around and a lot of people have stopped and focused in on this conversation. A lot of the sentinels, a lot of the, all the soldiers that are here. This kind of takes place right in the middle of this area here in the castle. And they all salute. And you see as like some soldiers, like as they prepare to leave and like turn to like march out, you see as like sentinels are like grasping hands with some of the soldiers. Like bonds were formed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
has been 48 hours of absolute hell for these people. And as you guys know, like bonds can be formed very quickly in these circumstances. So you see as like the men and women, like people are like supporting one another and they're like exchanging like, you know, like letters and pieces of paper with you know, each other's addresses and stuff. Like there's
Real.
a sort of goodbye like between all of these people. And
So
like,
how do your kids
mutual
for me?
respect. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like a mutual respect of, you know, a bunch of people that worked really hard to save each other's lives and carve out this space. But after a few minutes of that and exchanging glances, the column of Ondalian soldiers that have called the Iron Light home for the last few days wind out of the front gates of the castle and leaves a kind of quiet that has not been in here for a few days. There are still probably well over almost 100 sentinels here right now.
Doesn't feel empty, but it
It
doesn't feel
empty,
crowded.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there was like
Right.
1,000 people in here almost,
Crammed
right? So
in
it was
there, yeah.
it was tight.
Sure.
You know, like soldiers were literally like there were tents and things like that, like in the common areas because you don't have the full, you know, barracks to support that many soldiers. But yeah, the column of soldiers all moves out, and you guys kind of have the castle to yourselves for the time being. So, what do you guys want to do?
Are we napping here or are we going back to the void?
Can we just nap here?
Here?
I mean, it'd be nice.
I'm all right with that.
Right.
That's fine.
Take a break, maybe.
I can't believe you're still on your feet, Flynn. I think I would have passed out.
So like how long of a nap though? Like a long nap? I mean, we woke up really early and I'm pretty tired, but
Yes, I am pretty spent
Probably.
myself.
A long nap.
For once, I feel pretty good. Actually. But the bed at the if you want to stay here, this is good.
I mean, I'd stay here as long as I'd like, but I mean, we don't have that luxury. And I'm guessing we can't stay the night.
I think we should rest and then we should probably report back to the queen.
Yes.
She'll want to know.
Right.
And then we
have
need
pretty
to-
pressing news for her
What
as well.
what if we go back and then you rest and we talk to the queen while you rest?
Well, let's sleep here.
We can sleep here.
I'm bushed.
It might be nice for
I mean,
Flynn's
yeah.
had a hard day.
but I mean, we could take a long nap and then it'll still be pretty early by the time we wake up and
Like tomorrow?
No, it'll
No.
be later
no,
in
it'll
the
be
day.
like 2
Not even
p.m.
really. Yeah.
I know it feels
3
as
p.m.
though a long time has passed. It has not.
It'll be the afternoon and then we'll just talk to the queen this afternoon.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm hoping word has gotten to them. Are you able to send any more? Or are you kind of like,
No.
okay.
I'm basically an empty shell.
Well, maybe we'll get a message from one of her people. We don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to like
Oh,
let her know.
Seeker, check
Mm.
check it.
What? What am I?
Look at that. I'm looking to
Alright.
see if it's
Oh.
gold.
Oh, if it's gold.
Has word gotten back to the queen yet? Whether or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell to
Oh
save.
yeah, for sure.
Mm.
But I mean,
So-
she has people who send messages, so it's like
Yeah.
you could get a sending. Or
Because
like,
she has,
I think,
she
can
has ink,
send-
right? She
Yeah.
has a vial.
Oh yeah.
she has
Yeah.
ink,
She has
yeah.
ink.
She can
Oh,
also
yeah.
send message, right?
Yeah,
No, maybe
it's, No, it's gold.
not. Ooh.
gold?
It's gold.
Seeker,
What?
check the parchment. It's a miracle that you ever received any
miracle.
of my messages before we were
Oh.
traveling together constantly.
Crap. Yeah.
You know, at this point, I'd be disappointed if you got it.
Yeah.
I think this is more fun.
We're a
Please
team.
don't invoke
It's more
that.
exciting for others.
Who's it from?
Who is it from?
You see a very elegant scroll.
Really nice handwriting.
Elegant scroll. And upon it, it says, I hear the siege has lifted.
Hmm.
Congratulations. I'd like a full report when you return. Rest. We'll speak tomorrow.
Yeah, that's great.
And that just says Isolde.
Very stately. It's
Oh,
She has great
Our
handwriting.
friend
She
the queen.
really does.
I bet you have to.
It's immaculate.
The
It's
penmanship.
amazing. She says she got word and she said rest and we can talk tomorrow. So we
Okay.
And Flynn, you got a signature of that? Now I'm almost a little jealous as someone who loves ink.
I
and
wish
such.
Yeah.
I wish this didn't go away.
I think if you wanted, you could probably ask at this point.
No, now I would be, because Flynn
You don't
already
want
asked
to
for, and I don't
imitate,
want,
all right.
it feels like too much.
I'll
And
ask, I'll
and
ask.
his was tactful. Mine would just be, anyway.
It's okay. I'll do it for you.
Okay, well, so we can rest here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I could use the extra sleep. I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so you guys kind of start to get ready. And you hear the sound of the front gates opening.
Mhm.
Opening.
Yeah, opening. And then you see Victor as he looks, what the hell? And he stands up and looks towards the front gates. And you see two figures that are making their way into the center of the
Look.
of the Iron Light.
See.
And you see there led with a rope. You see Nessa bound, gagged, hands tied together,
Oh, fuck.
chained, and behind her, Milaru Cardinal, leader of the Iron Light Collective,
No. What?
dragging a bound Nessa.
Oh my
God.
Holy shit.
Oh.
I think we'll pick up there next time.
Come on.
Mellow.
No, she's like, you fucked
She
with my
said
daughter.
sometimes you gotta do it yourself.
Fucking I'll do it myself.
All right. Oh, is it? I guess. Well, not.
She has a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah.
But one other thing, with
Huh?
the closing of the Siege of Addersfeld, I would like you all to level up your characters,
Let's
please.
go.
Level
15?
15.
Oh my God.
Flynn, you do not level.
Oh.
Sorry, buddy.
You
Sorry,
got
buddy.
a cool ass Pauldron.
Still
though.
no?
Yeah, I got a
Still
ball.
no.
Doctor
Still
two
no.
and no.
Still
That's
no.
all right.
It's gonna
Flynn,
it'll
Flynn.
take a little time.
That's
I
what
gotta-
Plenty
I
of
gotta-
Flynn.
We'll
You
get
got
there.
you gotta work
Flynn.
for it.
I
Sorry
gotta
about
practice.
you.
Work for it.
It is very.
Are
I
you
feel very
fooling?
bad.
That's
By
no.
I'm like, no.
That's okay.
But
But ain't.
the price had the price was high.
It's
So
right.
Yeah.
the price was high. So
Well, it's not
everybody can
right.
level up to 15. You were on a
15.
bit of a different leveling track
Okay.
for a little while.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead and level up your character sheets. Maybe we'll roll some.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
I don't know how we do this. I
Roll
forget.
dice.
This is
Roll
my
'em.
second time doing it. So anyway, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye, nerds.
Hey nerds, Rebecca here. If you're enjoying Venture Forth, please like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you're using, and make sure to tell your friends. If you're interested in going the extra mile, please check out our Patreon link in our description to support the show and get access to exclusive bonus content. Bye, nerds.